Alright guys, you've seen in the background of a ton of our videos, and today's your day. We've got the Integra on the dyno that has the V6 in it. It came in needing a speedometer. The speedo didn't work, it had an engine swap. It's kind of a normal thing. Usually I'm pretty fast at just busting them out. Well, this one kind of caught me off guard, and I've been chasing my tail for a bit. But I had it on the dyno once before, and I found out that the ECU actually had a burned up sensor ground inside it, which threw us all for a loop, made us chase our tail for quite a while, honestly. But we've figured it out. We had sent the ECU out to EM, they found the problem, they fixed the problem, they sent it back. Meanwhile, what I had already done is the client had brought me the Dakota digital translator. So what I did was I wired the speed sensor directly to the translator. So the other problem with this car we found was when he bought this custom aftermarket harness, they had wired it 12 volts, signal, and ground. Doesn't sound very abnormal, except for the fact that this sensor is a 5 volt. So that's probably where we ended up getting that sensor ground cooked, or could have been part of it. We don't really know, but we do know that it was wired wrong.
And it did kill the first sensor. We did have to replace the sensor.
Yeah, it is a new sensor as well. But we jumped through the hoops, and what we did was we took this plug, which is a 3-wire Hall effect style sensor. So it's got 5 volt signal and ground all inside it. And I made a little sub harness. Let's plug that in here. That runs into the car with the other wiring harness. And goes directly to my Dakota digital translator. So in this translator, we have sensor power, signal in, and sensor ground. So our little sub harness came in here, and we've got our ground, our signal, and our power. We've also got the 12 volt switch power for it, and the ground wire. And then you can see on this one, I'm using out 4 because I've got a high speed pulse per mile signal coming out from the transmission, and I need to convert it to a low speed 4,000 pulse per mile signal for the dashboard. And then I'm going to try to also take that signal into the ECU. So let's go ahead and start programming the Dakota digital, and then we'll test it in the ECU as well. So let's go ahead and get that done real quick.
All right, I need you to key off real quick.
All right.
Okay, now key on.
Okay.
So then out. So we're set on high-low because we have a high pulse per mile sensor going to a low pulse per mile signal for our dash.
Yeah.
Now our calibration, let's just start low. So the lowest we can go is 0.25. So then so our signal is high because we have a high
signal coming in.
Yep. Pickup is on.
Yep.
Then we're at the end. So basically the pickup on means that we do have a signal coming into it.
Right.
Reference 33. That's just for testing, so that
gives us like 33 hertz if we need to test something.
Okay, so now I want you to key off real quick. Now key on. And you should be able to fire it up and drive.
Alright, let's try.
And then, so we have the speedometer up on the dyno, and he has the speedometer on the dash. So basically we'll just make a match. All right, let's go ahead and cruise real quick, see if we can get some speed.
All right, so I got 0 right now.
So I'm showing like 16. You want to shift real quick? Yeah, trying to hang around 25 real quick. So now this isn't the end of the world. So we're just gonna sit here and increase this number. And Brent's watching the speedo. Are you showing anything yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
So basically we were starting at the minimum settings, the bare minimum.
Oh, it's coming up a little. We're at 5.
Where are we at?
About 15.
Okay.
Hanging out at 24 miles an hour up there on the dyno. You're almost at 20. Just keep going.
Okay. Where are we at now?
23. I'd say that's 24.
Good there?
Well, I'm at 27 on the dyno, so hold on, let me back down a little bit. A little more, that's 25, so a little more.
A little more?
Yep.
Where are we looking there?
A little more. Right, I'd say right about there, yep.
You got 25 up there. Do you got 25 on your dash?
I got 25 on the dash, got 25 on the dyno.
Woo. Now let's kick it up in some speed, see what we got.
Make sure it stays the same.
Get like 50 or something.
50 on the dot, both.
Man,
Yeah! Heck yeah, bro!
that's sweet.
It's awesome when they work.
So we ended up at 0.942 is where we ended up on this one.
Awesome.
Each car is going to be a little different, but
Your tire size.
Yeah,
etc.
exactly.
Yeah. Gearing. Perfect. We're on the money right now.
yeah.
Now we can try to make the ECU see that signal. And once the ECU sees that signal, you can have 2
Then we can have 2-step because that's a big thing the customer wants.
Yep.
and then-
throw a tune on it.
Yep. There you go, man.
So we went to wire the speed sensor into the ECU, and we still got some weirdness with it going 0, 50, kind of all over the place. And after having one ECU cooked already, I'm just kind of abandoning that idea. The ECU doesn't necessarily need the speedo except for the 2-step, but I got a plan B for the 2-step, so I don't need the speedo for it. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wire it up to the e-brake, which I've already done. So
How'd you do that?
So if your brake light is on, when you lift this handle, you actually ground the wire and turn the light bulb on. So we're just doing the same thing. I ran it to an input at the ECU. I went here and I told the ECU I want switch 4, and I want, when I turn the ground on, it's on. So on.
Right here.
Yeah. So when we preload and we launch these anyway, we have to brake up. So it'll be pop, 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 and then let her loose. Just another way around it, trying to get it figured out. All right, feels so good to be back in the seat. Police Cars was awesome, but I love being right here on the dyno with you guys. So welcome back. Got the screen capture on. Let's go ahead and make a tug. All right, here we go.
And that gear goes forever.
Yeah, we'll probably do 30.
That was like 132 mile an hour.
Awesome. Perfect. Very cool.
So at redline, did it drop the speedo?
Yeah.
But then it comes back on your way down.
Yeah.
There it is.
So we got our two-step all set up with the e-brake. I got it on the switch ground, and we got it on 5,000 RPM. So let's go ahead and pop that bad boy. Ready? Here we go. Oh yeah. Woo!
I'm two-step.
Man, that thing comes around me going bum bum bum. Yeah. She sounds like she's ready to rip. Woo! It's awesome.
It is. I love it. Took a while for it to focus after you just tried eating it.
I got scared. That is awesome. J-Series swap with a little SP tuning flavor on the front there. That's pretty awesome. Pablo and those guys are always killing it. Woo! This is cool. I had a super good time tuning this thing. The speedometer just, man, it kicked my butt. You ever get, every now and then we always get something that just fights us, and that's just part of this whole thing. It's a puzzle. Sometimes there's just interference or noise or bad wiring or bad something, you know? I mean, it's just electronic parts. Sometimes you got quirks, you got little issues, and you just kind of keep pushing through them. If you want to be a tuner, you're into all this, you're gonna understand it completely. Just be patient and just think about it. You keep working on it, and tries different things until, you know, it's solved. In this case, I'm not using the ECU to translate the speed. I'm using the Dakota digital translator, which, you know, it's what we got, and we made it work. And boy, did it turn out cool. 240 horsepower average, V6 powered Integra. Cars don't weigh anything. You know how fun that is? It's just rad. I'm stoked you guys hang out with us. I'm stoked you guys, I guess, helping us get those momentum, and we're pushing forward and we're trying to build stuff and be cool. A lot of you guys have been asking me about the bully. Yeah, I know. Sho'nuff has been a priority, and it's been exciting, and it's been a lot of fun to build. But yes, I'm gonna have to wrestle this car again. I was down at Cleveland Cars and I had a fan just come up to me and said, man, I see it in the background all the time with them big tires, and I just want to see it go. Well, so do I. We've had a lot of battles with this car. You ever have one of those that just, I don't know, I call it your nemesis or whatever. But it's like the first chassis car I ever built myself. Bought a lot of tools to learn how to do it. I didn't go to school for it, so I just kind of knew what it needed, and I knew what kind of material it needed, and I figured out how to build it, and we built it. That's what we did. I think the V6 is the way to go. Our elevation and the 4 cylinders just made the torque converter stuff so hard. Although I'm watching, and these guys nowadays, they seem to got the torque converters figured out. A company out of Florida seems to they got a handle on it. It seems to be working. It's pretty awesome. So, you know, that's still stuck in my head, because at the end of the day, I love the little engines. V6 or even an LS. I'll have to see what you guys think, man, because parts of me think a crazy Texas Speed, you know, this guy is always putting in my ear, this crazy Texas Speed V8 hanging out of this thing. It could be an interesting ride. I mean, it's not like there's a class for it anymore. It's just about going out there and spinning tires and having a good time, right? So maybe we'll jump into the bully some too, because you guys are requesting it. Got my hands full. Getting those subscriber counts up. Let's go. No, but really, I'll try to keep up with it all. Try to stoke you guys out. I've got a really cool off-road project that we're gonna start on after Sho'nuff, and we'll slide the bully in there too. And yeah, we're gonna keep tuning cars, keep enjoying all this. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Appreciate all your support. Visit the website, pfispeed.com. Give us a like, subscribe, and I'll see you all tomorrow. All right, thank you guys.